Ricky Tic Volume 3. Ricky Tic had to take medication every day. Father's Pharmacy, the place to buy your medication that only a mother would give you. Have you heard of the mad scientist? Well, Ricky Tic felt like the nutty artist. When Ricky Tic went fishing, some of the fish he caught were so big they broke his line. The longer Ricky Tic, stayed off drug and booze, the stronger I felt. I thought of the opposite. Night, day, light, dark, the two faces of fate, as in success and failure. I remember when I used drugs and alcohol and felt good that I now had 7 months of being clean. Talk about opposites, I had turned a 180. Ricky Tic knew now he had the gift of drawing. Then I wondered, maybe I had other talents that I did not know about. Other things that, because I was always drunk or drugged up, never had materialized. For example, playing the piano. I found some old pictures of some of my family, graduation pictures. Meet my mom, my dad, my Uncle David. By the way, it took me 5 times to draw my Uncle David. I don't think I have him right yet. Oh yeah, did I forget to tell you? Through all this madness, I have sired a son. Ricky Tic felt kind of awkward when he was with his son. The reason being was that he didn't have a chance to live with him or raise him. Still, I knew that we were birds of a feather and hoped that someday we would flock together. I've heard it said through the course of life, time and time again, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Well, I tell you, I really have nothing left to take for granted. Ricky Tic felt like he thought the Indians felt when the white man had raped their land and raped their way of life. Ricky Tic stayed at his grandmother's house some of the time. This was because I didn't have a place of my own to live at. Ricky Tic had a lot of restless nights. They were dream-filled, and I tossed and turned a lot. This made for a lot of days when I was tired. The reason for this, I think, was I was worried about receiving the medical disability from Northern States Power Company. Ricky Tic now thought of life as a chess game. By this I mean I knew that every change and every step should be thought out thoroughly, and all the pros and cons should be weighed before any decision could or would be made. Ricky Tic, started to think of myself as Wimpy from the Popeye cartoon, never having any money. My unemployment benefits had run out, and I still hadn't received the medical disability from NSP company. Ricky Tic had been through some tough times. It seemed to me I was on some kind of weird test of manhood, heritage, journey of life. Ricky Tic had a gift that he hoped he never would forget how to use. Drawing kept me busy, which in turn kept my mind off my troubles. Some of the days were harder than others for Ricky Tic. Waiting for the outcome of the NSP company medical disability retirement was more than I could stand. Ricky Tic, was obsessed with the thought of drinking because I couldn't handle it, so much so that riddles and puns about it would race through my mind, such as go forth and fetch thy fifth. Have you ever heard of the phrase, I don't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out? Well, I figured I had the pot to pee in because of the stock I acquired over the 19 years I worked at NSP company. But I didn't have the window to throw it out. I didn't have a regular income, so I made a window on my grandmother's cabin boathouse. I hoped the same would come true in the reality of my life. Ricky Tic made a big move in his life. He moved to Arizona along with his mom and dad and their pet dog, Flash. This is the house that they lived in. It was beautiful. Then that day that Ricky Tic waited for finally came. On October 20th, 1997, at 3:30 p.m. Arizona time, the union called. Local union number 160 IBEW. Yes, it's true. I was accepted for the medical disability retirement.